Hi and welcome to Live from the Edge. 4 sets for you in this episode. Coming up, we've got spooky alt folk from Megan Dixon Hood. We have got psychedelic indie rock from Oldham with Wonky Alice, and we'll finish off with a jazz flavour with Dan Bingham and the appropriately named Jazz Morley. Starting off though, a band from Coventry called the Institutes. Now then, they are Andy Hall, Andy Lowe, and you'd think if you were called Kirk Savage, you would definitely have the best name in your band, wouldn't you? How unfortunate then to find yourself in the same rehearsal room as Reed Zappa Curie. Blimey. Here we go from Coventry, the Institutes.
No
Our next guest studied at the British and Irish Modern Music Institute. She is Megan Dixon Hood, and she's based in Manchester. I work a lot in folk music, and what's been intriguing in recent years is the emergence of all sorts of subgenres as electronica and technology start to merge with the traditional roots. Megan Dixon Hood is a case in point. She's obsessed with fairy tales and particularly what goes on in the deep, dark and enchanted woods and the kind of creatures you might encounter there. So, enter the beguiling netherworld of Megan Dixon Hood.
Underneath this skin that I am wearing, and my body's racing, but my heart is breaking. We'll There's a long winter ahead of us, cold enough for the trees to shiver and the sun to grow weary and the moon to shimmer. There's a sleeping forest, a silent wood, hidden in a sheet of white. It's crystal underfoot, a blanket of snow. And somewhere between the dead of the night and the slow and drowsy morning, the only sliver of light that gathers is a welcoming flame burning, burning. She stands alone in an ivory gown, candles lit upon a silver crown, made from ribbons and frosted branches are watching her as Saint Lucia dances, dances, dances. Oh. Beneath the distant stars in a garden of midnight dreams, I watch the light dancing amongst the shimmering trees. And with the taste of winter on the tip of your tongue and the darkness that falls asleep, we foolishly forget that the morning must return, return. She stands
This next band, Wonky Alice, I've known for a very long time. They're from Oldham. And when I started my radio programmes on the old BBC Radio 5, before it became 5 Live, they came in and did a session for us. And that's a long time ago, in the later part of the Industrial Revolution. They had a really intriguing and distinctive psychedelic take on indie rock. And they still do. They've got back together. They were apart for a long time. They all did interesting and numerous things. Almost inevitably, one of them was in the Fall for a while, but more or less everybody's been in the Fall for a while. So it's a delight to have them back. And someone else who was pleased to see them again was Peter Hook, formerly of New Order and all-round Manchester legend. He's going to pop up and have a chat with them. Wonky Alice.
So, hello, I'm here talking to Wonky Alice, who split up a long time ago, they told me. Did you split up or did you just fade away? Break. That's what us musicians say, don't we? It's just a break.
Well, we wrote some new songs. Took 20 years, was it, to write 3 new songs?
Yeah, about 25-year break.
And are you playing them now or
yes.
Later?
We're going to play 2... Well, one brand new song, one that we never did then and we've redone it now, and then some of the ancient fossils as well, isn't it? Well,
you mean your hits?
Well, yeah.
That's what we're all ancient fossils these days.
Yeah, that's us, it is the fossils.
Yeah, you got to tell the difference. So has the break been worth it, or did you snap back in?
Process doing the recordings, which brought it back into play, which was good. So we obviously met up with Eve in his great studio. We started the drums, the bass, and then we got the guitar. So we need to do the vocals next. But yeah, it's been good.
Oh, those
it's
elusive vocals, aren't they?
It's good.
They're a pain in the arse, aren't they, vocalists? They always last. I'm one, don't worry. And I count myself very much in that mould. Don't worry about it. So tell me this, now that you're two-timing me with Wonky Alice. Got competition. I feel terrible. I feel slighted, actually. I'm jealous. Yeah, it's awful, isn't it? What a world.
It's all about.
So do you think you're going to carry on, or are you going to...
We'll see how it goes. As long as we're enjoying ourselves, that's the most important thing, having fun.
Yeah, I know, but you know, as we both know, the next bit is the difficult bit, isn't it? You know, when you start promoting your music and getting it out there again.
Getting some gigs together, but with this current situation, we're not quite sure. So that we can't really...
For me, it's about if we enjoy writing the songs and playing them, because to me, the most enjoyable thing is a new song we've done. Because when we broke up all them years ago, it was like, for me personally, like a dark, disturbed time in my life. And we hadn't just had a break and done nothing. We've all been doing all this stuff. But now, why we've got back together is we love each other and we love hanging out. And it's, you know, it was writing new songs and doing it together that's, for me anyway, is the beautiful thing. So when we've got something there, if we start, it'll go as far as it goes. If we have to promote it or not, it doesn't come into
it's
it
always
anyway.
nice
Do you know
that other people hear it, though.
Oh, I'd love people to hear it.
You don't do it to throw it away, do you?
Oh, no, totally.
You do it so that people can appreciate it. I mean, what I find that people probably don't realise when a group splits up, especially a high-profile group, is the grief involved. Because it's like a divorce or a death or something like that. There's a really strange aspect to it. And that even though you do find yourself carrying on, there's always a panging or a loss that you've suffered, which is quite nice when people get back together again, because then you realise that, you know, that love affair's not over and it begins again.
DNA, doesn't it? Well, that's what's so good about the new songs. They gelled straight away, which was good with the playing and the parts that we wrote. So that really was exciting.
I mean, it's the affirmation of you're doing something. Now, when we started as a punk group, everybody hated us. It was actually quite easy because you never got any compliments. Everyone thought you were horrible. You had like a small, hardcore following of people that were very much like you. And weirdly, that grew and changed. But when you started off in that position, which I did, you know, you didn't expect people to like you. You expected a completely negative reaction whenever you played, you know. So it was quite an odd thing. Our affirmation as Joy Division and New Order came from a hostile reaction. And that was what all the punk bands thrived on at that time.
The drive in the music.
So, I mean, now, you can get that, but you don't get it by choice, do you? You know, the comments. Oh, stay away from the comments. That's what everybody always tells me, and it is by far the best thing to do. But there is, as a musician, you do want to be appreciated for what you've done, what you achieve. And in this day and age, it's very difficult. I mean, it's very difficult to earn a living just on music alone. You know, the only way that you can earn a living is by gigging. And as we all know, as Eve's just said, it's almost impossible. It's not almost impossible, is it? It is impossible at this present time. Yeah. Here we are in May 2021, is it? I've lost a year.
To me, back then, I was obsessed with that side of it to the point that it ruined the actual creative process, do you know what I mean? Because I was always thinking about where we can get to with anything we were doing. I was just thinking, what doors will this open? You know, I was really ambitious, and it was too much, that, do you know what I mean? So at this moment, the joy of us doing stuff together is purely that, like, as you know, as we were saying, coming from the writing the songs and doing the music itself.
You do have to balance that, don't you?
Yeah, exactly.
Because you don't want to do it for nothing.
Yeah.
You know. So you actually recorded, didn't you, originally in my studio in Rochdale, which, I mean, it was quite interesting. Because what happened was that we went into Cargo Studios with John Briley, who was the owner and the engineer, and we worked with Martin Hannett there. It was the first time we'd ever worked with a producer. It's the first time we'd ever worked with a proper engineer, really. Yeah. And the studio sounded fantastic. Now, I've worked here at the Edge, and I know that this place sounds really good.
This room, the first
because it has a realness, if you like, that hasn't been through that creation of sound. You create the sound naturally here. And the weird thing about Sweet 16, which was what I called Cargo when I bought it, was that it had that natural sound because of the room. Yeah. And I must admit, it had a hell of a discography even before, you know, I came along. The band had done every punk band in the Northwest. Gang of Four was one of the big ones that they'd done. Big hits. They had a hit with Joy Division and then a hit with Factory Records. And then it went through, and to be honest with you, I couldn't resist it, even though it never made a bleeding penny for the 15, 20 years that I had it. I think that's the trouble with being a musician when you own a studio. Is that you're aware of what you can put in it to make life easier for you as a musician. So Sweet 16 had the honour of having the biggest back line of equipment of any studio in the Northwest. But the trouble I found was that it was interesting because all the bands that we started with, like Happy Mondays, Stone Roses and Spiral Carpets,
love them.
They'd come to me and they'd go, oh, can we do some demos at your studio? We've got no money. And I go, yeah, of course you can. He said, but okay, when we get the deal, we'll be recording with you. And I go, great, lads, that's fucking great news, man. Yeah, of course you can. And they'd come in, they'd wreck your stereo, piss up your wall, eat all your food, trash everything. And then they got a deal and they all fucked off to London. So let that be a lesson to you. As soon as you get a deal, fuck off to London. When you first start off, you do it for love. And you do it because it gives you something satisfying and it gives you a drive and an ambition, funnily enough, that is quite pure. And when you've been in a group for a while, it changes because you're chasing success all the time because you want to keep that success. And also you're being driven by managers and record companies. And then I think there's a possibility that you could lose the joy, no pun intended. And it goes wrong, doesn't it? I mean, you know, groups are renowned for it, aren't they? We're all here. We can all be realistic about that aspect of it. But the thing is that no matter how painful it is, I find that very few musicians ever give it up. They always come back for more pain. What is there about it? Yeah, what is there about that pain that we all love? Yeah. It's weird, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the joy as well, isn't it?
Well, yeah, I mean, I suppose the highs are so high.
Yeah, and how do you separate? I mean, they're both two sides of a coin, isn't it? You don't have beauty without pain, and, you know, it's all intertwined, isn't it? You're going through them experiences, you're going through the highs, the lows. It's spiritual, do you know, when you're so close like that, that it's all of those experiences together, you know. You can't separate it.
Well, from what Eve's told me, he's enjoying it as well.
Oh, beautiful.
So there you go. So good luck.
Thank you. And you as well.
Enjoy yourselves. Carry on.
Bless you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks, okay.
Carla abandoned me. Carla abandoned me. Walking through the muddy streets, my mind's in a daze. Shining on my naked feet, the sun with his rays. Suddenly the sky is sweet as spectrum sprays. And crawling through a field of weeds, come bird song plays. But Carla, she abandoned me. Oh, Carla, you abandoned me. What went wrong? I think I see you, but it isn't you again. I want to be you, but it isn't you. I am wanting to be you so that I can now be free. Want to be you, but you are you and I am me. Oh, Carla, she has set me free. Whoa, Carla, she has let me be. I think I see her by the empty motorway. The streets are narrow and the rain is gathering. The streets are long and all the cranes are plundering. I see a sparrow and a broken guitar string. How I get looser is what I am wondering. Oh, Carla, don't set me free. Carla done forsook me. Carla has set me free. That was Carla. Next, Tracy's Head. Well, are you made out of plastic? Or are you made out of phones? No, I'm made out of something, but neither of those. Then are you made out of scissors? Or are you made out of stone? No, I'm made out of something, but it's neither of those. Then say what you're made of. I wanna see the inside. She said I'm made of what's happened. Then she decided to hide, decided to hide. Who'd have thought it? Not now. Well, do you live in a jungle, or do you live in a zoo? No, I don't live in either. At least I don't think I do. You live in a bottle, or do you live in a bag? No, I don't live
driver, though I've got to have. They say where you live, I wanna come see thee again. She said I live in a moment's notice, wherever I am, wherever I am.
Our next artist is an incredible singer who's called Jazz Morley, which gives you some kind of clue of the area of music that she's operating in. She's streamed millions of times. She's played the Royal Albert Hall, British Summertime in Hyde Park, the Royal Concert Hall in Glasgow. So well on the way to becoming a major success. She's accompanied by Dan Bingham, who plays with James Arthur. In fact, he's played drums and keyboards for James Arthur, though not at the same time, so he's not that good, is he? So here we go, accompanied by Dan Bingham, Jazz Morley.
Things always gonna change. Sometimes I can't accept it. You're becoming like a stranger. We're becoming disconnected. I know you're a man now, with a new place to stay. Please let me be your priority, just for one day. I love you now as I loved you then, but I know you're less every day. Please come and be children again before you fly away. You may not agree, so then I'll accept it. But I feel like we're drifting. We've been coming disconnected. I know you're not near me, but I'll still sing your song. And if you can hear me, don't stay away too long. I love you now as I loved you then, but I know you're less every day. Please come and be children again before you fly away. Do you think I'm being drastic? Do you think that I'm unfair? And will this message even reach you to let you know I care? I know you can't just family, but even if I could, I choose you as my brother. I just wish you understood. I love you now as I loved you then, but I know Please, can we be children again before you fly away? Please, can we be children again? Oh, before you fly away. You think I'd leave your side, baby? You'll know me better than that. You think I'd leave you down when you're down on your knees? I wouldn't do that. I'll tell you you're right when you won't. And if you could only look into me, when you're cold, I'll be there, hold you tight to me. When you're on the outside, baby, and you can't get in, I will show you you're so much better than you know. When you're lost and you're alone and you can't get back again, I will find you and I'll bring you home. If you wanna cry, baby, I will dry your eyes, and in time you'll be fine. You think I'd leave your side, baby? Oh, you'll know me better than that. You think I'd leave you down when you're down on your knees? I wouldn't do that. I'll tell you you're right when you're wrong. And if you could only Summer goes by too soon and autumn makes way for rain. It's winter then springtime, maybe I'm closer to seeing you again. I keep on hoping that today you'll smile for me. I keep on praying that I see you more than once a week. But no matter, oh, no matter, half the world away, I know I'm half the world away, but I will always be there for you. Half the world away, I know and I'm half the world away, but I will always be there for you. I'm remembering all those days, felt like ages we spent by the sea. Keep picturing your sweet face and the way you gave purpose to me. I keep on thinking that you'll never learn my name. I get so scared we'll never have that time again. But no matter, oh, no matter, half the world away, I know I'm half the world away, but I will always be there for you. Half the world away, I know that I'm half the world away, but I will always be there for you. And oh, if you need a friend and you feel like no one understands, I hope you remember, even though I'm half the world away, I know I'm half the world away, but I will always be there for you. Half the world away, I know that I'm half the world away, but I will always be there for you. Half the world away, I know that I'm half the world away, but I will always be there for you.
Thanks very much to Jazz Morley, accompanied by Dan Bingham, for concluding this episode of Live from the Edge, where you also saw Wonky Alice, Megan Dixon Hood, and the Institutes. Hope you enjoyed some of it at least. See you next time.